All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, I'm here in the airport. I'm going to be heading home soon. Some of you guys know I was here in Niagara Falls for the 4th, and I had a great time, by the way. And I don't know why I've never been here. Some of you guys know I travel all over the world, and I've never been to Niagara Falls. So make it make sense. It really doesn't make any sense. But anyway, we're sitting here scrolling through X, Twitter. I know some of you guys still like to call it Twitter. I do as well. And I was looking at Ryan Garcia's feed, and I saw that Ryan Garcia has been busy doing a lot of tweeting as of late. The first thing I noticed was he said F Golden Boy. F Golden Boy, and then he kind of went to a tirade about Oscar De La Hoya. And it got me to thinking, Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya, they are, I would say they're the Mexican version of Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Money Mayweather Jr. They always seem to go back and forth. One minute, they're on good terms, and then the next minute they're on the outs. And it's their relationship's parallel. That's just something that it's plain to see. You can't really deny that. And I talked about this before, but I want to talk about this again, about how, being an older person, I see how young fighters, always, I would say, burn their bridges a lot of times. Here it is, these promoters, guys like Floyd, guys like Oscar De La Hoya, have put you in certain positions to succeed. Now, I'm not saying that they're perfect. They're not. But they did put you in situations where you could have opportunities to make a lot of money. And as soon as you guys start bumping heads, the first thing you want to do is run to social media and air out your dirty laundry. Time and time again, we see Tank was notorious for doing that. Notorious for doing that. Now you got Ryan, he's doing it too. And like I said, you just never know when you may be in a position where you have to cross that bridge again. So airing your dirty laundry out in public, I would say is a no-no. I just hate to see young people do that. And like I said, eventually you just never know. It's going to bite you in the ass. And guess what, guys? Even if you delete the tweets, somebody's going to take a screenshot. Somebody's going to screenshot it. And it makes for good content for me as a YouTuber. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. But, it doesn't do anything good for you guys, I would say. Handle your business behind the scenes. Handle it like a man. Try to work things out. You're not going to always see eye to eye, but sometimes you can work things out if you sit down and communicate. It's all about communication, and a lot of people just don't know how to communicate, especially young people. They just don't know how to do it. But anyway, staying with Ryan Garcia and his tweets, I saw him tweet out that he wouldn't mind fighting Devin Haney at the White House. I don't know where that one came from. I knew that that second fight was in the works before the Fatal Fury card. If both of the guys won their fights, Ryan Garcia lost his fight to Rolando Rolly Romero, who a lot of us thought that Ryan was going to beat. Including myself, I'm not a fan of Ryan anymore, but I did think that Ryan had what it took to beat Rolly. And Rolly proved a lot of us wrong. Rolly came in there, he outboxed Ryan Garcia. So I think Ryan has Rolly problems. I heard him also say that, he asked Rolly, would they run it back? I think that's something that maybe he should visit, running it back with Rolly. Right now, Devin Haney has his hands full. He's fighting for a title at 147. He has bigger fish to fry, in my opinion. Would I like to see him fight Ryan Garcia? Yeah, I don't think the fight is as big as it once was, but I would like to see how Devin Haney does fighting Ryan Garcia with Ryan Garcia not being on performance enhancing drugs. Because say what you want, I know a lot of people try to make light of that, like it didn't really matter, but it matters. It matters if you have a clean fighter and a fighter that's on performance enhancing drugs. You're not going to convince me any other way. But Ryan's tweets, they're very entertaining, and I'm sitting here and waiting on my plane, so I figured I'd come on here and ramble a little bit to you guys. But you guys let me know what you think about Oscar and Ryan going back and forth. What do you think about Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia fighting at the White House? I mean, that sounds pretty crazy to me. I wouldn't want to see it at the White House, but I wouldn't mind if they ran it back. But like I said, that's going to be far on down the road, in my opinion. Ryan needs to take care of Rolly, and Devin Haney needs to take care of Brian Norman Jr. Maybe then we'll see what happens with that. But you guys let me know what you think about the Oscar stuff and the Devin Haney stuff in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.